doesn't want to find a success sutra, mantra or a method to reduce stress? Of late, almost all of us are going through intense stress on a daily basis. Going through flight and fight response, rush of the adrenaline in our body is no more a rare phenomena like earlier or olden days. Nowadays, every single trigger that we experience, be it in our career life or at home, is creating hell and lot of imbalance in our mind and body. In this episode today, let us understand how through natural methods and ways we can help ourselves by reducing the stress hormones that's gushing into our system on a daily basis. Well, viewers, stress, panic, anxiety, worry or tension is one of the most common words that we use on a daily basis. But most of us do not understand that going through this panic, stress or worry can create hell and lot of disturbance in our physical and mental well-being. Most of the symptoms or ill health that we experience in our body is in reality the impact of the stress that we are unable to handle or release from our system. Well, most of us use these terms that I'm too stressed out today, I'm waiting for the weekend to come so that I can relax myself. We know that the impact of panic, anxiety or stress is evidently registered in our body and we are waiting for that single gap so that we can implement the formula that we think is appropriate to release our baggage and to revive back to the work that we are all engrossed in on a daily basis. But viewers, we must understand that these pre-programming that we have made, that probably by doing certain things that amplifies pleasure in our system can elevate our body or mind or release our stress, need not give you the real solution. Yes, you heard it right. There are certain symptoms that we experience in our body which we feel can be released by accommodating ourselves to a certain gesture, action or habit that we have been going through. Let me give you a couple of examples. Some people go out for a night out, dance in a pub, addict themselves to alcohol or go out for smoking, or some of us have these very common habits of just sleeping for additional hours, and we have even seen a lot of people addicting to probably chewing a gum or addicting themselves to tobacco or taking some other items into their system, or probably even addicting themselves to binge eating, where they are unconsciously just addict themselves to eat certain sweets or dishes which they feel gives them some sort of pleasure or joy, which they feel is actually releasing them some stress. Well, you have a bad news if you believe in such a condition or a phenomena. Friends, you have to understand that these momentary pleasures can definitely boost your energy temporarily, but in the long run, this is going to backfire at you. Now, think of an instance of a person who says that he is addicted to alcohol to get over the depression of a breakup that he had with his girlfriend. In the long run, if he continues to do this, do you think his physical health is going to sustain the same way and do good to his stress, depression or anxiety that he is going through? Definitely not, right? Momentarily, he might feel that he is taking his mind off from that pain, worry or sorrow that he is going through. But if he gets habituated to this action, he is going to land himself up in a big mess. And there could be certain conditions or chronic illness which might develop through which he may not be able to come out. Entangling yourself into such intense negative situations can lead into further complications in the name of releasing stress. So, it is time for all of us to understand what really relieves us from this anxiety or loop of stress or panic that we all tend to undergo because of the hectic lifestyle that we are all experiencing. There is a clear bifurcation, dear viewers. One set is that momentary pleasure which feels good for that particular moment, but in the long run creates further complications, as I said. For instance, watching TV to take your mind off from that negative incident that you experienced, smoking, drinking, or probably indulging yourself into some other activity which might not give you a good factor when you think back about it. For instance, some people fight, yell, scream, or do something very filthy which they will at a later stage regret and develop complications because of their own guilt. It is now time to understand that real stress busters are those which in the long run gives a positive impact to your body as well as to your mind. So, what can we do? I am going to share few tips. There are umpteen number of such practices which, if you think with a stable, steady mind, can do good to you now as well as in the long run, not just to you in fact, but also to people around who sometimes become a punch bag for your anger and frustration in the stress that you are going through. Long-term benefits or long-term results can be achieved by following some of these tips that I am going to share with you now. The first and the foremost thing, the most significant, most important and most beneficial is of course meditation. You need not sit for hours together or learn some intense sadhana to start off with. Anybody suffering with symptoms of stress, the first thing that you need to do is to find out which is that appropriate method through which you can experience a glimpse or bliss of being in meditativeness. Second is a little bit of change in your lifestyle, as in go for a walk or adopt some new lifestyle in your routine of probably going for a jog, swimming, learning a new instrument or working on your diet, which can give you sattvic shakti, as in positive energy or amplification of life force energy, which indirectly can impact your brain and your hormones. The third one is pretty simple. This is pretty popular of late, working on affirmative statements. Affirm yourself who truly you are so that you can shed and release who you are not because of the circumstances that made you get into a frustrated state of mind. Well, there are ample of other things that you can do to boost happy hormones. The pleasure that you get can make you really joyful momentarily, but the ananda or the eternal bliss that you experience gives you a long-lasting result by promoting happy hormones that is produced through your own glands. Some people experience this through probably doing something that they've been doing for quite some time, which is based on their belief and faith, like praying, chanting mantras, or probably connecting with nature, which is one of my favorites, hugging a tree or probably walking in a forest, going for a trek. These things can actually change the whole energy field around you and also give you the way out to be able, to be capable to manage a crisis or a problem. We cannot always keep our fingers crossed thinking today no challenges I should come across or I should not go through any adverse negative circumstance. We tend to go through all such situations. We are forced to face some risks and challenges in life. So dear friends, work on certain things which can in real help you trigger that happiness from within and also give you the willpower and inner strength and potential to crack that challenging situation that we tend to face in our daily life. One of the other beautiful things that we can all do is to work on forgiveness. Yes, stress, anxiety, anger, resentment or jealousy comes because of an energy of another person who is associated with us in that circumstance, isn't it? So, why don't you take a break at least for 2 or 3 minutes every night before you hit the bed and forgive that person associated with that situation. Also, do not forget to forgive yourself if you have goofed up on something or if you couldn't live up to your own expectations. Understanding the self-worth, following self-love is the most important thing of all the practices in life. So, think for a moment, if you are resorting to something that can give you some immediate instant results but after 3 or probably a couple of years can land you up in soup, better quit that. And if you are practicing something that probably is a little difficult to initiate and kickstart, but in the long run can create a whole new ambience around you and create a fantastic energy boost within, then that's the one for you to resort to. You are your best guru. Spend some time with yourself and find out what works best for you. You often use the word stress, tension and panic and register that in your subconscious. Use more positive, vibrant words so that you can find a solution through that positivity. Next time, I'll meet you again with another useful tip on drugless therapy. Until then, find out which method is most appropriate for you. Do let us know how you felt about this information in our comment box, and if you like this information, do not forget to share with your loved ones, because today at least 8 to 9 out of 10 people are going through anxiety. You are not the only one. Never forget that. To receive more such information, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the like button and bell button. Thank you so much. I'll meet you again. Namaste.